Can we dive in just a little bit into the cultural aspects that differentiate regions and even the dynamics of the balance between when should you nearshore, offshore, and keep in house? What are the differences when you look at the teams and the cultural differences of these different areas? Can you give some insight into that dynamic?
Yeah, I'd be happy to. So, probably the best example I could give was when I was at Sutherland, because I my entire job was near shore and offshore, and in terms of where the centers were that were serving my clients, and what I found was that the so, for example, in Canada, we had a center of excellence that was obviously very, Western. I mean, right across the border, and so virtually American, although very much they have their own culture in Canada, no doubt. But great bunch of people. But what I found, at least that for us in that spot, was really sharp people that understood how to take a idea, incubate it, and then export it basically to the other centers throughout the world. So, but again, and what I found there was that their caring and consideration and really wanting to understand how best to serve the customer, that whole mindset, on top of some just really smart people that understood, technology and operations, we're able to create great solutions, again, that we could export to the centers throughout the world that we used. In terms of Colombia, I would say would be the next place I would go to. And that, they're very much a South American culture in terms of how, not only where they're physically located, but just in terms of how they operate. But again, because Colombia is the closest country to the U.S., definitely some Western influence there and connectivity to the West. But what I found there was a culture of again, of caring, of family, of really wanting to serve the customer effectively. So those agents were really good at really kind of a mix of providing great customer experience, but also having some tech savviness as well to be able to apply both of those together into a great solution for the customer, depending upon, again, what products and services that we were offering. Moving to the Philippines, I think everybody that's worked there or is worked with people there know that is a very warm, loving culture, and with customer experience and customer service really being what they're known for. And I certainly experienced that as well. Not to say that it can't do more highly complex or technically involved servicing of customers, but what I found where they really thrived was on providing, again, a great customer experience and really being empathetic towards the needs of the customer and understanding what they need, what their needs and wants were to be able to solve to their issues. And then, moving to India, again, they're known for their, tech savviness, if you will, and providing solutions on more highly complex data-driven solutions or tech support, field tech support, though, tier 2, tier 3, whatever the case might be. I found that as well. But it's also the culture there as well is very family-oriented, warm, loving as well. So what I found was there actually was, yes, there definitely were some cultural differences, but really at the end of the day, what I found was the commonality was really wanting to provide a great customer experience, whether it was more kind of data driven and more data centric on the India side versus maybe more customer experience and just providing warmth, if you will, from the Philippine side, and then Colombia kind of being a hybrid of both. Ultimately, it was all about delivering a great customer experience, and so for me, what I found to be the common ingredient to bring everybody together to provide a great experience, regardless of where the agent was to make sure that they understood the vision of what we were trying to accomplish, what the client needed us to accomplish, and how they could deliver on that solution in whatever fashion it is that they have the most proclivity for.